Hello and welcome to this very special broadcast, a broadcast that comes on a day when history has been made in Olympics, Tokyo Olympics. India has erupted in joy. Weightlifter Mirabai Chanu winning the silver medal in the 49 kg category at the Tokyo Olympics. Remember, Mirabai had failed to make any mark in 2016 Olympics, now bouncing back and winning India's first medal at Olympics to have a great start for India in these Olympics. Joining me live by sports editor Rohit Mahajan for more on this. Rohit, really a big day for India, big moment for India.
Yeah, definitely, Rohit. Fantastic achievement, especially after what happened in 2016 Rio. We all remember how disappointed and how tearful Mirabai was. Today is a day of joy for her. 5 years later, redemption of sorts, winning silver in women's 49 kg weightlifting event with a fairly good performance, not her best ever, but a very good performance, consistent performance. She missed only 2 lifts, which were not valid, but silver with a margin of 18 kgs, of 8 kgs over the bronze winner, which is very creditable. To be very honest, we were almost certain that unless something went horribly wrong, Mirabai would come back with a medal at least. And it was likely to be a silver, because to beat the Chinese girl who won silver today, Li Hui, she is way above Mirabai in one of the 2 categories, snatch. And today also, once Li Hui lifted 94 kg in snatch, it was going to be very difficult for Mirabai to actually catch up in her stronger category. Mirabai's stronger category is clean and jerk, in which you first lift the bar up to your shoulders and then lift it up over your head. So that's Mirabai's stronger category, and she lifted 115 was the best show today. Her world record actually is 119. Even if she had broken her world record with a lift of 120, Mirabai wouldn't have won gold today, because Li Hui is a very strong lifter in the snatch category. But as you say, a great day of happiness for the country, the lovers of sport, weightlifters, weightlifting fraternity, and India. And Mirabai, what a fantastic comeback. She's only 26. Hopefully she'll improve further. 3 years later, we have one more. She will compete in her 3rd Olympics, maybe another medal. But today, let's celebrate her amazing achievement in Tokyo.
Rohit, her snatch was considered to be her weakness, but she seems to have done quite well in that. Did she manage to overcome that, weakness?
You know what? In Rio, 5 years ago in Rio de Janeiro, she had actually missed the clean and jerk lift. She had missed 3 clean and only 3 opportunities are given in both categories, and she had missed all 3 of her clean and jerk lifts. Now that is her stronger category. So to do that, to bury the ghost of Rio de Janeiro, to achieve, she began with a safe 110 kg lift in clean and jerk, then went up to 115, then tried 117, which she could not complete. That's within her capabilities. She has a world record of 119 kg. But of the 2 categories right now, her weaker category is snatch. So her best today was 87. And the Chinese girl's best today was 94. That's a deficit of 7 kg. To make up for that, Mirabai would have had to lift 125 kgs today in clean and jerk. That was not going to happen. The world record is hers, 119 kg. So that was not going to happen. I think she would be very happy with assuring herself and the country of a gold medal. And I think we should be happy with her silver medal. A good performance.
And Rohit, for a sports person, like Mirabai, coming from a disastrous performance in 2016 to this stage, I mean, what must have gone through her head as she went in for this attempt in the 49 categories? What would have gone through her head, considering that she had failed in 2016 and now rebounding?
Yeah, but her recent performances have been very good. She became the world champion a couple of years ago. Though the Chinese were not really participating in that event. Earlier this year, also she won a gold at the world. She won a silver. She won a gold in her category. But as you are saying, that it must have been very difficult. In fact, she has talked about that she cried and cried and cried after she failed in Rio de Janeiro. She went through a very difficult time, but she recovered. That's how tough sports persons have to behave, and it's difficult. Winning a medal at the Olympics is incredibly difficult. Some people just don't realize that every 4 years or 5 years, in this case, people come out and criticize Indian athletes when they fail to reach a final or fail to win a medal. But the fact is that these are the toughest events. This is the toughest event in global sport. So to perform well and to beat the defeat she suffered, what she suffered in Rio de Janeiro, and to come back and win a medal this time around, I think it's a great achievement. And you're right, when she went down to lift the bar, there's a possibility that the vision of what happened in Rio de Janeiro came up before her eyes. But her recent performance has been good. She set the world record in clean and jerk this year. So she would have been very confident. And two, let's not forget the fact that North Korea withdrew from these games, and a strong North Korean athlete, she was not here. So a medal for Mirabai, unless she underperformed to a very bad degree, a medal was almost a certainty here for Mirabai. As the margin shows, she has a margin of 8 kg over the bronze winner. So yes, she would have been under pressure, but she would have been very confident also. And also, let's not forget that the sports associations have done well for her this time around. They are often accused of not really supporting athletes that very much. But earlier this year and before last year also, she had been training in the US, and she had been suffering from injury and pain in the shoulders and back. And she was given funds to train in the US with a renowned lifter and now a physiotherapist. So she got that opportunity also. So credit to the authorities also, the Sports Authority of India, and the bureaucrats who make these important decisions, which can make or break athletes.
Okay, and Rohit, what impact does it have on the other participants, especially in the weightlifting arena? Others might have heard about her medal. It must have come as a huge morale booster for others. Take us through the other weightlifters who are expected to win medal.
Rohit, we don't really have. We have only one weightlifter in Tokyo. But as you're saying, it would definitely help. The whole contingent, it would lift. Yes, they hang out together. Of course, there are greater restrictions this time around at the games, but generally they do hang out together. Generally, and in this case, definitely they would have a WhatsApp group or groups or Facebook groups where they would be celebrating, and they would share this news, and there would be happiness and cheer all around on the second day of competition. We've had some other good results as well. Hockey, it was a tough match against New Zealand. The men's hockey team beat New Zealand 3-2. And with Shrijesh coming up with great saves at the last minutes. This happens very frequently with Indian hockey teams, that they perform well in regulation time, and suddenly at the last minute they can see the goal, after which they lose or after which they draw a game. But Shrijesh is a very experienced goalkeeper. stood like a rock, and he denied New Zealand. So 3-2 win.
And also, Rohit, about a little bit of disappointment from Olympic Saurabh Chaudhary not really making it. Take us through.
Yeah. Chaudhary was a good prospect, and he was being touted as a real medal prospect. So reaching the final is again making the final is not easy. And once you reach the final, the slate is blank, and you begin from zero. He reached the final and finished seventh. He was the second guy to be eliminated in the final. So very disappointing. The Indians were counting on him for a medal. He's a young guy. The stage is enormous. The pressure is enormous, and it can weigh down on the shoulders of young people who are not really experienced to this kind of pressure consistently. So disappointing performance, seventh in the final. And the women's rifle shooters also did not do well. So that's again disappointing.
Was that a disappointment? Were we expecting a good performance from the shooters? From
Saurabh, definitely. From Chaudhary, yes, definitely. So yes, it was actually very
disappointing. And archery, Rohit, I mean, are we still in the reckoning, or
the mixed team? The mixed team was knocked out by Korea. The Koreans are the best archers in the world. They really allow other participants to take away gold medals. They have actually swept all medals on occasion, where the number of participants is from a country is allowed to be 3. So they have done that. And to come up against them in the quarterfinals, it was a tough luck. Maybe it wasn't luck, because the draw is formed after the ranking round, which happened yesterday. The Indians didn't do too well in the ranking round, especially the men. They finished in their 30s. Deepika was 9th, I think. So the combined ranking was low. So the prospect of meeting a team such as a very strong team such as Korea becomes larger if you're seated low. So that's what happened, and you can't expect to beat. Nobody expects to beat. In Korea, Indians have done well in the recent past. Deepika and her husband Atanu won a gold at a World Cup recently, but the Koreans have not really been competing for the last couple of years. And when they do emerge, they show that actually they are the rightful winners of gold at global competitions. In their absence, others can make hay, but when Korea come, they are the top dog, and to come against them in the quarterfinals, as I said, it's not really luck, but to beat them was a little too much. That wouldn't have happened.
And Rohit, the big question India would be asking today is that, do we have a gold medal prospects there for Tokyo Olympics? Can we hope for a gold medal in any category?
Yeah, we do have. We have. Before the event, I was counting on 3 gold medals for sure. One from Mirabai, certain teams. One from Vinesh in wrestling, and one from Amit Pangal in boxing. At least a medal. Mirabai has won silver. I expect Vinesh to win at least a silver, maybe gold. So she is a real gold medal prospect. Amit Pangal has lost to Zairov, the big boxer, 3 times in a row, 2 times this year. But his most recent performance this year, independent observers also feel, and of course we are biased, a lot of Indians feel that he actually, Amit had beaten Zairov, and independent observers also believe that Amit had beaten Zairov. But Amit is again a real medal prospect. He's improved vastly in the last. He's more attacking. Earlier he used to be sort of a little laid back, and maybe he was a counter puncher. but now he actually goes out after the opponent right from the first round, which is what has happened. This has made him more competitive against a fantastic boxer like Gaurav. Gaurav is in his category the gold medal prospect. But I wouldn't be surprised if Amit beats him. So again, that's our second gold medal prospect. We have Neeraj Chopra. So in javelin throw, I'm not sure whether we can call him a gold medal prospect. He's definitely a medal prospect. On his day, if he gets throws the spear, the javelin to around 90 meters, there's a real possibility that he'll. I mean, it's almost a certainty that if he hits 90, he'll get a medal. How the others do, Vetter he consistently throws over 90. He's thrown 93 this year. 93 meters. That's way past 4-5 meters past Neeraj's best. There are a couple of others who have done better than Neeraj. But again, in my view, Neeraj is the third medal prospect, gold medal prospect for India, and definitely at least medal prospect. Shooting on your day, on their day, if a shooter is in his rhythm and is doing very well and feeling very confident, then any number of shooters can be gold medal prospect. We have the largest ever shooting team at a single Olympic this time around. I do expect 2, 3, 4, maybe 2 gold medals from them. But last time around, again, we had a strong team. India won nothing at all from the shooting ranges. This time around, again, we have some shooters who are gold medal prospects, but it's highly unpredictable. You have Abhinav Bindra, for instance. He was very consistent for a number of years, over a number of multi-sports events like the Asian Games and the Olympics, and he finished fourth in Rio, which is, when considering the gold he was won in 2008. So after 8 years, he was good enough to fight for a medal at the Olympics. That shows long-term consistency. The other shooters, in terms of their mental strength, I'm not sure whether they are in the same range as Abhinav Bindra, but on their day, they do have the ability to win gold. We have in mixed events where a female shooter is paired with a male shooter. There's a real possibility that India will be on the podium, maybe fight for gold.
Right.
But again, no certainties in my book.
Okay, Rohit. So we are optimistic that we will get some more medals. Mirabai has started with a bang. She's won the silver medal. We're hoping that more athletes, more participant players there manage to get more medals. There have been lots of reactions. The Prime Minister, from Prime Minister Modi to all other leaders, they have tweeted a congratulatory message to Mirabai. We're hoping that more players manage to win a medal for India. We'll keep on providing you all the updates from Tokyo Olympics. Rohit will provide us an insight over the events which are coming up in the days to come. You can also follow us on our website, tribuneindia.com, and other social media platforms like Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Meanwhile, thanks so much for joining in for this special broadcast. And thank you so much, Rohit, for bringing us up to speed with the latest from Tokyo Olympics. Thank you so much.
Thank you.